Do 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 do. Going, 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 going live. Going, 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 going live. Going, 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 going live. Going live. Going live, going live, going live, going live, going live. Going live, going live. Oh, hey guys. Oh, God. Hey, White Despair. Hey, Kayla. Hey, Random. Hey, Kayla again. Ah, hey, Jason. Oh, White Despair. I am not in a good spot, man. I don't know if I ever told you guys, but like I suffer from really bad allergies. Don't know if you guys know that. Um, and so, like in the Caribbean, it was really bad. Like in the Caribbean, I used to be on a lot of Benadryl. Like I'd be on Benadryl like 5 out of 7 days of the week. I'm just not very good with humidity. Anyway, like when it gets humid or there's a change of weather, I get sniffly, and I spend all day like that. Like I've been through like a whole day of allergies, and I have a headache now. So we won't be here for that long, but I'm excited to talk. I can't wait to talk. Yesterday was really fun, so I really hope we get to talk more. But if you hear me sniffling, it's because the allergies, and if my eyes aren't opening all the way, it's because of the allergies. So just keep that in mind. Now I gotta remember how to play this game, Kayla. Oh, hey Ty. Hey Vance. Time to go out into the world and investigate stuff. Actually, should probably go back and sell shit. We're gonna go sell shit. Trev, you're acting like you want to beat the entire game before a certain date. No, not really, man. Not really. Like I've actually only played like maybe 5 hours tops. I've actually wasted a lot of time figuring out the systems. I actually think the game's way too big. I think, yeah, man. I think it's a lot. I don't think that thing's completable. Within the time limit of the important date. Got the balloons. Got a sinew spindle. My shit's broken. Great. Repair all. I wish this was Honkai Star Rail. It'd be easier to just not do anything and just chat with you guys while also like accomplishing things in game. And yeah, Jason, actually I don't have the main camera set up. It's been having a few problems recently, so I'm just trying to troubleshoot what's going on. Oh, Kayla, that's a good question. I like that question, Kayla. Okay, but let me just see what we got. Did you do half price pull in Masters? No, Random. I didn't know about it. I will do it right now. I'll log in real quick and just do it right now. Thanks, Random. Bless Random. Like I'm still going after Luciman. I'm praying. No. Let's see. Yesterday was indeed funny. Jared discussion regarding Plan B. Yeah, man. Like I'm like, I still stick by it being All Might. Although like the logical ramifications you brought up are very much worthwhile. It's like yeah, it is kind of weird that they like this. Oh, 50 million download celebration. One time only Pokefair Scout. Nice. Anyway, yeah, man. That plan B. Like, what else could it be? Like, what other thing could they be for plan B other than nuking Japan and just like taking the L for the rest of the world? You know, not really much choice you have. The fact it's from the creator of Kangdom. Let's see. At least your character isn't near the ocean in our game, although there are stuff I could throw at you guys. Gotcha, Vance. There's a rumor that the new One Piece Oval includes Zoro and Sanji's big moments when it comes to them fighting, and of course Gear 5. That's not. That's not like. That's not very. That's not very impressive, Kayla. That seems to me like a. That seems like a safe bet, you know. And I just wonder, like, who came up with this rumor? Because they haven't announced the band. Like, I keep looking for, like, whenever they're going to announce the band coming up. They haven't announced the band. Oh, there it is. The half price. First scout for 1,500 plus a million. Oh, okay, cool. One second, guys. I'm just like fixing up this thing with the Pokemon game. Did you read Starstrike? Rich yet, Trip? It's from the first 3 chapters about female fighters. What's not to love? The fact that it's from the creator King and Omega. Skelly, what do you hate about Omega again? Like, I read today's Omega chapter. I found it really funny. I thought it was a really funny Omega chapter for the day. Let's see. You are planning to get that game, right? Oh, yeah, no, definitely. Like, I'm skipping a lot of things that I know I'm gonna do properly in the real game. And I'm just skipping it because, like, the performance issues are significant. So I'm just trying to, like, there was just some stuff I wanted to get ahead of. And I figured, like, why not? But I think it's like, in my ideal world, I would have gone and experienced a good chunk of the lore, but like it's not gonna work out. Like, content's too spread apart and like it takes too long. Referring to Jason. But yeah, no, I'm actually really excited to do it on a better hardware and like actually take everything in. Like I'm mostly just making notes on little things. Be as big as possible, please. Yeah, gotcha, man. Maybe the real plan B was friends we made along the way. I think Sanji protests too much. Megumi first explosion was amazingly animated. Nice. I'm hoping we get something like Here Can Be Open 11, where someone leaks the new One Piece open a day or two before the episode releases. I don't know. The last 2 chapters have been pretty good, to be honest. Yeah, man. You know, like, they took down 7 in that recent chapter scale, and to be 100% with you, like, I don't know if there's some kind of trickery going on. Like, I feel that there might be I feel like there could be some subterfuge going on or something. Like, I really thought 7 was Oma's master too, so that was a bit of a surprise. It makes sense that Sanji rejects it, so he does. Okay, wait. I think Sanji protests too much about not liking his raid suit. Okay, got that. The last 2 chapters have been pretty good. It makes sense that Sanji rejects it since he doesn't want anything to do with them. I'm actually feeling that Sanji will don the raid suit one more time, but I feel like he's gonna put it back on when Frankie and Usopp tamper with it. I hope like it comes back, is what I'm saying, because I think getting rid of the raid suit is just not. It's just not something I would do, you know. I think I already did this one. Yeah, I already looked through this one. So let's see, where am I? Yeah, just continue going south. It's the whole Oma thing. I hate him in Asura. I read it for Kazi. Oh, okay, gotcha. I mean, like, I feel like Omega is less about Oma, though. You know? Kind of feels like it's less about Oma. I mean, like, he's still, like, the main guy there, but... Oh, Gnashing Perch. Interesting. I'm going crazy with my prediction with the opening and saying that they will add Dragon and Buggy to the opening. I think that's okay. Because it's going to be here for a year. That's when Cat happened. Oma was pushed to the side and it became so much greater for it. Was great in this one. Still, people didn't get more on All For One. Don't worry, Mika. I feel like you're gonna get All For One's gonna have his time. We just gotta do the Endeavor stuff, right? Like it's guaranteed. All For One's gonna get more. I think like the author probably has to time it better, so it lines up better with Shigaraki versus Izuku though. So we'll have to see how exactly he wants to play it. Ah shit! It's about to be nighttime. Didn't even realize. Oh hey Gohan. Was reading the Star Strike fight and I had completely forgotten that her vested. Wait. Was reading Star Strike fight today and I had completely forgotten that as her vestige was dying with final breath, it refers to All For One as John Doe. That got a good laugh out of me. Did it refer to him as John Doe? That might be like an official translation thing. I forgot. Man, Kayla that ball and okay, let's see. Didn't he destroy it when he found? Let's see. Yeah, no, he did destroy it. Wasn't it obvious that 4 is Oma's Nico? To be fair, man, like, I'm not 100... I don't remember these guys' faces 100%. Like, I had to look at the previous chapter to see the face. Let me actually, like, speaking of it now, like, even you say number 4, I can't remember. Like, I have to keep looking back. I haven't set aside brain power to be able to remember the faces of the 7 Nikos. Let me just go back. 1, 2, 3, 4... Okay. Which one do you think is evil Nico? Oh, okay. Skelly, you do love Koga? Okay. Kayla, that ball, you know, let's see. Chapter 50 happened. Koga was who actually was pushed to the side for Oma for over 100 chapters. I have another OP discussion, but first things first, let's talk about my favorite One Piece openings. Yeah, no, I like, I think it's opening 5. I like opening 5 quite a lot. No, we're not doing that. We need to find safety. I like opening 5 quite a lot. I enjoy, what is this guy? They want Red Snapper. Nope. I like opening 5 a lot. I like the recent opening Paint by Paint. Or what? Yeah, I think it's called Paint. I like Paint quite a lot. I like Hope. Shit, I might have to go back to town. I don't think I can survive this. I think that's very likely I'm gonna get a game over here. I guess if I go over to the main spot. But yeah, I would say those are the ones that stand out. I think Hope is probably my favorite. Oh, I'm about to crash. That is not... I don't want to bring up the light because I don't want to be... Oh shit, the light turned on. That's not what I wanted. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't want to turn on the light just because... Ah, excellent, there's a port here. Turning on the light draws people in, and I don't really want to deal with that. Ah, hey, Black Fox. Strange symbols. Inspect the symbols in the sand. I'm just gonna go to sleep. Cool. Alright. I'm bummed because I just got hook dupes in the Starville banner. I wanted the Blue Glasses Girl. I don't know the characters well enough to know who the Glasses Girl is, Miguel. I do want Sela, but I've gotten 3 hooks so far, so already it's not the best situation. Let's see. We'll go back over there. I was kind of hoping I'd be able to find stuff to dredge up, but nothing. Ah, shit. Okay, so that guy did want red snapper, so we can probably go back over to him and just get a few for him. Yeah, let's take some red snapper over for him. Let's see. His spot was... Yeah, I think he was over yonder. Because I came over from over there. Pretty sure he was over yonder. I feel like Tiger Nico is 5. Okay. Anyway, yeah, Miguel. I got the hook too. Was kind of hoping for something other than hook, but oh shit, Jesus Christ. Yay, research part. Let's see. Ty says, started watching Evangelion for the first time, had vague memories of the show as a kid, but never actually watched it. Makes piloting mechs not worth it, and now Space Surprise is my favorite. Alright. Hello, Anime Miss. So, the ongoing mobile Mercury's anime will take a break on March 14th. Oh, okay. I think I'm 1 episode behind, but I've been enjoying it so far. I've been enjoying going back to it. I think it's... I was kind of more interested to see the fallout from the last season's finale, or like the last half season finale. But yeah, it's been alright so far. I did find it kind of silly that one of the main evil girls got wiped out like within an episode of the return, so that was... Yeah, that was unfortunate. Let's see. Got Ty ongoing. I don't really like the Sealy that much. I'll get the 5-star of the next banner. Yeah, no, I have loyalty for that character because I have a bunch of her in Honkai, so that's why I'm going for it. Who are you picking as your guaranteed 5-star in your 100th pull in normal banner, or did you already pick one? No, I didn't know that there was a guaranteed 5-star in the 100th pull of the normal banner, so thanks for telling me, Miguel. I don't know, I might go for Wang. Or sorry, Yang Welt. Sorry, I said Wang, it's Yang Welt. I might go for Yang. I like opening 9 Jungle P that took place opening 14 Fight Together. Oh, Fight Together is good too. Oh, you know which one too? The one from Marineford that's really somber. It's a Marineford War opening. Yeah, Sophie was a ball energy until she wasn't. Dino Blade, Robo Babies. Let's see. If you pull 100 times, no, you can pick one 5-star, but it's only one time. Okay, yeah. Then I'm going to go for Welt. Realistically, how does investing that become the logical choice over using regular nuclear weaponry? I might go Bronya. Her skill is basically a Fire Emblem dance. Oh, okay. Yeah, you know, my friend is playing the game right now, and she has a lot of 5-stars. She got very lucky. She has Bronya, she has Seele. She got another random 5-star that she doesn't really use that much. Like, she got, like, really lucky in her pulls. So I've seen Bronya's... Oh, you know what? She's got Gepard? Is it Gepard? The blonde guy. Got her. What is going on? Weird. Yeah, man. She got a lot. I got the shield dude in the beginner band. Yeah. Fishing. Anyway, how does investing in giant robots become the logical choice over using regular nuclear weaponry? Well, I just feel like giant robots are cool, and they do a lot. I feel like there's a nice medium between giant robots and nuclear weapons, or like, you know, conventional weaponry and giant robots. I think... Yeah, I feel that you can 100% get giant robots before you go to nuclear weapons. And heck, if you want to be cool, you could arm a giant robot with a nuclear weapon. Like, that'd be pretty cool. Alright, Scully says the right thing. Yeah. 100% Scale. I'm with you. What is that? Oh, my pot. Oh. Decorated crab. I'll come back and grab this in a second. Oh, no worries, Gohan. I got the shielded in the beginner banner. I'm sure I'll have to say something for Trip to notice. Okay, it's just like, Flower, you gotta realize that to some degree, like going on Discord to chat kinda ruins the whole flow of the entire live stream. That's why like I don't notice. It's because it's not really something that's in my mind to do. And that's why I also say off of Discord. Do 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 do. Is Skelly gonna talk? See, next banner has Ting1 right up. The Fox Girl, is playable. Oh, okay, cool. Is Anime talking about the EVA or just in general? No country liked the idea of dropping nukes on themselves. Not to mention the radiation afterwards. A huge use. I just feel like it's not as cost effective when you launch attacks and get similar results. Of course, giant robots are cooler. Yeah, man. 100%. Giant robots are super cool. 100%. Let's see, Xenoblade 3. Since you're here, we can have. Oh yeah, how would we rank all the warlords in terms of strength? Mihawk, Hancock, Crocodile, Kuma, Law, Blackbeard before getting Quake Fruit, Doflamingo, Buggy, Edward, Jinbei, and Moria. All right. Oh yeah, and like Crocodile before getting released from Impel Down, because like for whatever reason he gets scaled up to survive New World at that point. I got a lot of junk, but that's okay. Like, junk's good. I'm one day gonna need all the junk. Probably should sell off the bag of doubloons, but what ifs. Let's see. I wonder if Horikoshi's gonna make Ethan Drive do anything successful. Would be a nice way to make Star Trek feel slightly less meaningless to the story, and the author would get to give a moment to one character he really likes. We can all agree that Buggy goes to the very bottom of the list. Yeah, but I feel like Buggy's chance of like claiming the Pirate King title for even a second is very high. So much money wasted when I watched Iraq Galley and the cloud damage, and money was wasted on stupid stuff. Okay, I'm just joining the call with Skelly and Prower.
Hi. Anyway, so just say your superpower is bioluminescence, but it comes with hallucinations, right? So it reflects through. So you're getting these hallucinations. So your power comes from your eyes. So you're hallucinating like little lights or people in the lights and whatever, you know. And that's just what I love about it.
Gotcha.
You love about what do you love about what?
Deviant the Renegade, as I mentioned before.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So every single one of your powers is attached to some sort of injury or scar or whatever. Like hallucinations is one of the things, right? And as I mentioned before, you see things in the lights, and that reflects on how your power functions.
For those who don't know, Skelly is talking about a game system.
Yes.
I also agree with Vance's comment about Buggy. It's been many years since I watched any of One Piece. Never read the manga, but from what I recall, that does sound like what Buggy would do.
Yeah, he's the final boss. We all know it.
Yeah, man. Like he's claiming a Pirate King title for a few minutes at least. Like it's gonna happen.
No, I mean final boss, and he is the final boss. Now, I'm not saying he claims it for a few minutes. I mean, like the final arc, he's gonna be the Pirate King the whole way through.
I mean, I can see that because it'd be funny. Um, but I'm not gonna go so crazy as to say that. I feel like after Luffy's had it, he could very well be the Pirate King.
Nah. He's Luffy takes it from Buggy.
Yeah, but I feel like Luffy's gonna give it up after he accomplishes whatever he wants to the title for. He's gonna give it up, and then Buggy's just gonna happen to claim it just because he happens to be there. It could even be like
No,
it could even be
it's
Luffy
even
saying
funnier.
like, "Oh, I'll give it to you, sure." Like Buggy asks for it, and
Nah,
Luffy's
nah.
like, "All right, sure."
No. The funniest thing is Buggy takes it, right? Like everyone's fighting, all the wars happen. Buggy like claims the title, and everyone is in such a rush to get to Buggy, and they're like, "Wait, if this other person gets there first, I'll have to fight them." So then they all just like fight each other first. And then one, I don't know, Blackbeard, I guess, is exhausted and he just starts wandering over to Buggy after having everyone else be beaten. Luffy is like the 17 boats away, right? A Blackbeard is exhausted. Buggy, he's like panicking. And as he tries to run away, um, Blackbeard starts running after him. Buggy accidentally leaves behind a part of his body. Blackbeard trips on that part of Buggy's body and dies, like impales himself on a mast or something.
I like the shenanigans. I'd be okay with that. I just like the shenanigans. That's funny.
Anyway,
God's
then Luffy comes in, and you see now we're at the final arc, right? Um, Now Buggy's got all of the pirates behind him, because he's got his own fleet.
Please don't put number
Now
17.
all of them are getting stronger. Buggy has not gotten stronger since like chapter 3.
Yeah.
Every other pirate working for Buggy has gotten stronger, and the Straw Hats had to fight through all of these incredibly powerful pirates.
Yeah, like honestly, Buggy being able to survive the New World really makes the New World seem not that intimidating.
No, it's because of the people who are behind Buggy, who believe in Buggy.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
Buggy
But like the thing
himself
is, like Buggy got to the New World with before like Crocodile and Mihawk were helping him.
yeah,
He was just hanging out
yeah.
there. Like the New World is not that scary. Also, like just
Yeah.
seeing that the New World has civilians everywhere who can just cross the ocean and like go to pirate countries. Yeah, no, the New World is not that scary.
Anyway, point is, eventually it all gets fought out, and then the final confrontation: Buggy versus Luffy. Luffy just punches Buggy and he goes down. It's over. It's the final fight. Luffy gets ready for like the fight of his life because everyone's hyping up Buggy. Now he's gotten way stronger, right? That's what everyone is saying, but he hasn't. It's all a lie. Anyway, then Luffy swings and Buggy goes down instantly. Luffy's king of the pirates. And then, people start listening to him and he's like, I don't want to do this. And then he just puts it on Buggy's unconscious body.
Yeah,
People
man.
like, give us orders, you're the king.
I'm pretty sure that. Well, my little personal theory for why Luffy wants to be the Pirate King, he just wants to take the world on an adventure. I think that's what he wants to do, and I think he feels that doing it by being the Pirate King is how he can do it.
Anyway, so like the point of all of this is everyone gets their final confrontation with the actual people. But
Yeah.
then the very final bit is this: it's a joke. It's a joke. Like, One Piece is a comedy series as well as an action series.
Yeah, and like Oda's made it clear, Buggy's his favorite character. Like I'm pretty sure Buggy is going to be the proof that that title is actually really meaningless.
Well, yeah, but also, it's just Buggy is the Pirate King. It's so appealing to me as someone who dropped One Piece. When did I drop One Piece? Fishman Island, not Fishman Island.
Oh, that's
Actually,
pretty
I think it
deep.
was
You
Fishman
were
Island.
with it for quite a while then.
Yeah, I was, but I dropped in Fishman Island, and I'm just like, all right, whatever, man. Buggy's Pirate King. I think that'd be really funny.
And no, like Gohan, I feel the Pirate King title is inherently meaningless. The people that give it meaning are the people that believe in Roger. I feel like the title, like what does the title actually? It doesn't mean you have authority over pirates because you shouldn't be able to have authority over pirates. other than just saying like you're the most free person in the world, like I feel like everyone else could be the most free person in the world too. Honestly, being the Pirate King is more tied to finding out about the ancient history and being the person that Joy Boy is waiting for, which isn't tied into being a Pirate King in any which way. And like honestly, given that you know that at the end of this whole journey, there's an island that's called Laugh Tale because of how funny the story is. Like it's gonna be a comedy ending. That's why like ultimately the Pirate King title really
Yes,
doesn't
it's
have
gonna
meaning.
be. Yes, it is a comedy, which is why Buggy's gonna be king of the pirates.
Well, anyway, like I just feel that on a meta level, the Pirate King title ultimately doesn't mean much aside from the meaning that someone ascribes to it, which I think is consistent with the spirit of One Piece.
Well, I think with the whole Pirate King, because you have all the Marines who are constantly hunting for pirates, and especially the Pirate King. I don't think the Pirate King is really a path to freedom at all, because it is explicitly a path to someone chasing you, and that's not freedom.
Yeah. You're a target. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Uh, Not to attempt to change the subject completely, but we have tomorrow, which it's in 11 minutes, is May the 4th, and to celebrate Star Wars Day, we're going to have more Star Wars Visions come out.
Oh, that's like the
Okay, cool.
miniseries thing, right?
Yeah, right. Vision Season 2 was announced. I just wasn't paying any attention to it at all. But I guess it's coming out. Good for whatever
May the Fourth be with
animators
you.
are doing it. All right. Okay, actually, since we're talking about May the 4th, let's have our. All right. What's your take on light and dark side?
Okay, 1 second. Before
Actually,
that, I just need to
worse,
finish.
what's your opinion?
1 second. I just need to
Okay.
finish the One Piece stuff here, because like Gohan said, the freedom is being able to do what you want to do and not have anyone to report or listen to. I feel that all pirates can do that to some degree. Randa, let's see. Even if Oda stated the One Piece is real, he seems the type of guy that would totally do a treasure. The type of friends, or is the friends we made along the way type story. I believe that as well. Anyway, yeah, light and dark side. I actually am really interested in the gray side of the Force. I think that's a super cool concept.
I was about to say, actually, forget about that. What do you think about the gray side?
Yeah, the gray side is super cool. I find that to be a super cool concept. Um,
Well, yeah, there should be a balance, but I don't think Disney's too interested in exploring a balance. Rather, they just be like,
Well, because they're going with George Lucas's idea. Because George Lucas's idea of balance to the Force is letting the Force operate freely. Um, so it comes down to the dark side is having your will over the Force, and the light side is more like letting the Force guide you. So George Lucas's idea of balance to the Force is explicitly do not interfere with the Force and let it be a part of you. The gray side goes against what George Lucas's idea of Star Wars is.
okay. Oh, see ya, What Despair.
yeah, and
I think
don't
it's also I think it's more compelling for them to just straight up be dark side people who aren't evil, right? Like
Yeah, I think that'd be cool.
like when it comes down to it, yeah, the dark side, there are certain powers within it that would actually be kind of useful. It's just that so many of the characters that we've seen with the dark side, they end up getting corrupted by the other parts of it, for the most part.
see, honestly, I really like that. Because it's not like the dark side's like inherently evil. It's the fact that hey, you have this power over not just yourself but other people, and it's like if you're in a bad situation, what's to stop you from just using it against other people,
Yeah.
enforcing your will over others, just hurting them whenever things go the wrong way, quotation marks. Um, but I think that's a really good conflict of a character against himself.
Right.
I think so too. I just very quickly, like I remembered in one of the expanded materials, one of the Jedi used Force lightning, but he did it in a righteous moment, which I thought was really cool. I think it was called Force Judgment or something like that. Anyway, yeah, no, man. I agree. I think that is a really cool angle scale.
Yeah, but I don't think that Disney's going to do that because they don't want to do things too ambiguous. So
Wait, but was Star
yeah.
Wars Rebels Disney era?
Yeah.
Because they did that one creature that seemed pretty gray side of the Force, if I recall correctly. Like when Canon was blind during that era.
Yeah. So I actually do like that. There's a whole bunch of stuff about Sith societies, like in ancient times before they all got wiped out.
Bendu, yeah.
I really find that I really find that appealing.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. So like
these are people who did that, and sure, there was corruption, quotation marks, because as we know, this is just ancient history, so we don't actually know the details of it. But there was corruption, but it's like the society wasn't constantly destroying itself.
Well, for all we know, an episode of Visions may explore that, and for this new season. But
I feel like the
But
animated
nature of Visions is that
series
it's not canon.
Yeah, I feel like the animated series though have been pretty nuanced at points. Like more
when it
nuanced than the
comes
movies.
when it comes down to Visions, yeah, it's going to be non-canon, and even that it's supposed to be for fun.
Yeah, of course. They usually are. Like, I can't remember if any of the Vision stuff from season 1 I didn't like find enjoyable on some level.
Yeah, at worst, it's just an interesting take, and be like, well, that I wasn't too interested, but and say maybe one story, but at least it was.
It looked cool. Like, I think that's what's great about Visions is like this is like high budget short form animation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That isn't an ad. That isn't an ad. I need to clarify that because there is plenty of like short form, high budget animation in ads, but they're ads.
Yeah.
I mean, this is an ad for Star Wars.
Yeah.
But it's not trying to sell you like a single object. It's trying to sell you a franchise, which I prefer.
Yeah, even I remember that Queen's episode, for example, was when it came down to the script and story, it was pretty just straightforward and predictable, and wasn't really worth much of noting. But Trigger made it look pretty, and when it came to they had some good performance in terms of voice acting in it. That's just one the first example, and I think my favorite episodes from the first season were the Hop and Elope episode and the Ninth Jedi.
Okay. Very quickly on like just the general topic, Gohan said, "That's the thing in stories. I read light and dark magic themselves are merely elements, and it's the people who are good and evil, and elements are neutral." So this is pretty much just like tools. I was gonna say that I actually like stories where the elements do affect a person's personality. So like a fire element, like makes someone more prone to fiery outbursts, kind of thing. I actually like the idea of the element and the usage of the element contaminating or like modifying a person's thought process.
Yeah, or even potentially like physically as well, rather than
like fire mages are gonna have red hair with some yellow highlights.
Yeah, maybe fire resistance.
I don't care about that. It's more the aesthetics. Your favorite color's got to be red if you're a fire mage. Sorry, it's the rules.
What about blue? Because you can get into blue fire.
If long enough, be like,
I don't know. Blue eyes, red hair, blonde highlights, just to represent that's the max heat you can reach. Like,
oh, okay.
See, a fire mage who has like a little hint of blue, That's a really strong fire mage. A fire mage who is all blue. All right, now they're just playing this. This guy's not real. This is not a real person. This is a fictional character, even within universe.
And potentially, imagine if they started gaining dragon-like features, even if they start using them more, you know.
Well, that's unfair. Okay, what does a water guy gain, huh? What does the water guy gain?
Dragon-like features.
Probably something like a sea serpent or
So
a...
dragon-like
There's more
features.
dragon-like features.
No, we had to pick like much more interesting animals to, like a salamander.
Right.
Like, come on, a salamander. Someone becomes more froggy, more amphibious.
A salamander for a fire. That sounds hilarious.
Well, like, that one's fair though. Like, if like you could
Yeah,
just
yeah,
pull
no,
like
it is.
Paracelsus because like people thought salamanders were born from flames because of where they lived and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Actually, you make hair to denominate power level,
Yeah.
right? That's a good one, Miguel. That's a good one.
Like the people manipulate wind will become birds.
Actually, all right. I'm gonna say a thing here. I think fire should get birds. The phoenix mostly.
The phoenix. All right.
Because feathers just aesthetically look a lot better as fire than any other animal look.
What are you suggesting wind to get in terms of animal?
I'm thinking wolves because this goes back to the big bad wolf. He'll huff and he'll puff and he'll blow your house down. Also, the howling of the wind, the howling of a wolf.
Oh, okay.
It's wolves.
No, I like that. That's pretty cool. I'm pretty sure there's some spiritual thought that says that wolves are associated to wind.
Actually fly, you know. Like maybe even a bat.
No, see, Prower, I think you're too caught on like regular logic. You gotta
Right.
like think outside the box here. Let's be fun. Let's be creative. Let's be like free, you know?
I think because fire to me, I feel like for animals, it's either a tiger, right? Tigers are very fiery to me. But I'm also thinking like birds of paradise are very fire because they often have the red plumage and it's very floaty. How do I say? Yeah, floaty. I think is the best word for it because it matches the aesthetic of because. Okay, ancient Greek elements, they weighted the elements, right? Earth was the heaviest. Wind is neutral. Water is slightly lighter than earth, but it's still heavy. But wind was neutral. The air just stays everywhere. Fire rises up. That's birds.
You know,
Birds rise up.
all four of them could be just different types of birds.
Oh, okay. Now, okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. You've sold me on it. Well, you haven't sold me on it, but it's an interesting thought.
I mean,
what are you putting for the bird of Earth? Right. This is your element, Earth.
Ostrich. I'm putting an ostrich in. That's my slot. I'm putting an ostrich in. The legendary bird of Earth is ostrich.
I would put an owl.
Why an owl?
What? Stone face silence. But also there are plenty of burrowing owls.
Oh, that's true.
There are plenty of owls that make burrows instead of nests. They are silent and stony. They have a stony expression. There we go. Yeah, that's what I meant. They have a stony expression. They're very quiet, you know? They stand still for hours at a time, watching. Like a rock.
Yeah,
Except rocks don't really, like, watch. Or do they? Do the hills have eyes?
Yeah, no matter where you go, it'll keep a track of you 360 degrees.
Mm-hmm. Alright, Prow, what's your bird of Earth?
Yeah, I couldn't really think of any other burrowing birds besides owl, so...
You can say owl.
That's what I was gonna go with. Like,
yeah, you could pick that one too. per hour. I was gonna say, Miguel said in some media and games, elements have a representative like a deity or guardian, and the powers from a certain element relates to the powers of that god and guardian. I actually like that idea a lot too. I think it's really cool. I think when you have those kind of things, though, you have to like very quickly make a story that isn't too much about like man versus god, or at the very least, not the god empowering you. And I do find like I do find stories that go along with gods to be interesting.
Okay, so random. We were talking about animals that represent elements, and Prower suggested birds for every element because I was suggesting birds for fire instead of birds for air. So we were just thinking, what would be a bird for earth? And we agreed. It's owl is good. Ostriches and their relatives, I think, also are pretty good.
Oh, Miguel has a good question here, and this is actually a good like overall question. How many elements do we have, and do we have sub-elements or combination of elements? And actually, Skelly, what's your go-to elemental system? Like
My go-to elemental system?
Yeah, like when you're sitting down to do a story, like what are your go-to systems?
The alchemical one. When it comes to elements, I just do the alchemical one. Earth, wind, fire, water.
Okay, do you ever do like the Faerun thing of like in between fire and earth, there's like an in-between element?
Was it ash?
I think ash. I think it's ash.
Or was it like straight up volcanoes? You know what? I'm looking it up.
Yeah, the Faerunian elements. Like I do like the one thing is like I like complex elemental systems, Miguel, but they get to be quite like when you're applying too much logic to it, they get to be quite convoluted. Kind of like the Pokemon elemental system.
It's the cinder wastes.
Yeah, I primarily was thinking of just earth, wind, fire, and water.
Yeah. And then
Well, so what is it? With alchemical elements, light and dark is also an element.
yeah.
But they don't really have much association beyond. They are also elements. It's just
Yeah, I can imagine like fire and water
applications evolving.
associated with light.
Actually, in alchemy, fire and wind. No, fire and earth are the ones associated with light. Wind and water are the ones associated with dark.
Huh. Well, I guess if you go deep enough in water, it'll be very dark. And earth is also associated with plants, and they feed off of light.
Plants and metals, which are very reflective, and crystals. You know, crystals in the light give off light. Quotation marks. You know.
Yeah, like whenever I get into like the breakdown of elements, like whenever I look at fire, I sometimes think like if you have an affinity with fire magic, should you have an affinity with light as well because fire generates light? So then I start thinking about like aligned elements. I guess the idea of aligned elements makes more sense when you have gods that represent the elements because it makes sense for gods to be aligned with each other.
You know, I like that idea, but I prefer it in just say you have these gods that are associated with these elements in this area, but you have different gods associated with elements in another area. And it's the different interpretations of those elements.
Oh, I like
and
that.
how they're seen culturally and how they function.
Yeah, I like that. That's cool. That's cool.
So they can even have, you know, different alignments. Just say this culture doesn't believe fire and earth get along. You know,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
earth puts out fires. You know, that's the idea.
Yeah, and I feel
And,
like a fire god would be really closely aligned to a life god depending on the interpretation or the life in general because fire is life-giving in a way, depending on how far you go into it.
I mean, I feel like really all of them are life-giving. You know.
Yeah. But I think at that point it really comes to how you argue it as well.
Yeah.
Like you have to like specifically make the case for why fire is representative of life and destruction at the same time. Not that it's not anything wrong. I think it's a fun exercise whenever you're doing it.
Yeah, there's no real wrong way to go about this other than say, you know, there are 70 million elements.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Unless you're like a chemistry person, that you're like, yeah, sure, but half of those are fake anyway.
Yeah. Actually, Skell, did you ever read Giant in the Playground's Order of the Stick?
Yes, yes, I still read it
Oh, good.
as slow as it goes.
You know what? I stopped it back when Durkon became a vampire because I just felt like things were just meandering at that point.
Oh my god, they're meandering so hard.
Yeah, man, it just wasn't. I mean, like that webcomic inspired me a lot, but like definitely meandering. But going to that webcomic, I like what they did with the elements. Like they had the aluminum golem. I don't remember which one exactly it was, but I liked chemical elements.
Yeah.
Even though I guess like for chemical elements, like they're all different configurations of general molecules in Earth, pretty much. So it's pretty much us all Earth or metal.
Oh,
Depending how you say
well,
it.
that's no. After a point, it's just Earth. But look, nothing was supposed to have a chemical weight above like 100.
Pardon?
Anything with a chemical weight over 100,
Yeah.
it's a lie. It's a lie. You don't exist.
Okay.
It's the cake.
You know what? Actually, you know what? Let's not even go to 100. You know what? I'm I'm stopping it at let's. Yeah, I'm stopping at 95. You don't need anything past plutonium. Americium, useless.
Are we talking about like now chemical elements? The cake is a lot.
Yeah, we're talking about the periodic table right now.
Yeah. Okay.
Random
Americium,
said
completely
penguin
useless.
water element, so representative.
I was gonna say penguins for the water element. Not gonna lie. That makes sense to me. They deserve to be on here.
Yeah, that or the seagull.
Really good question too, because like Miguel brought it up earlier. But should ice be an element? Because I feel I'll go on D&D on this one. I feel that cold, I can justify that being an element. I don't know about ice. Like, that's just water. That's hard. You know.
Oh,
Well, I mean, usually when you use ice as an element, it usually just means cold.
Yeah. Yeah. But I feel
cold
like
is just-
cold is more encompassing of other things.
well, coal is just absence of heat, in which that's just heat's just highly associated with fire.
Yeah, it's just an anti-hot element, right? It's not a real element on its own. But ice is a very cool aesthetic,
Yeah, it is.
right? Even if it's not an element, it's sick as hell.
Yeah, it is. I do think, speaking of this, Avatar: The Last Airbender, just turning all the water benders into ice benders as well. I think that was a really good move. That made sense to me. Although, like, you know, if you think about it more, it's like, okay, so you guys could just full on stop the molecules from vibrating. That's pretty neat. Kind of wish you could do that everywhere else, but
But that doesn't match the philosophy of it, you know?
yeah. But yeah, no, when those
Oh.
water benders started like making ice, it was like, whoa, this is pretty neat.
And when it was the blood bending being like associated with water.
See, I get bloodbending, I understand it. Not a fan of like the idea behind it, but I understand it.
What was the idea behind it?
Well, I mean, oh, you're controlling the water in the body, but it's just like, I feel like it's too real, you know?
You know, it might have also,
It's-
because you have to do it when the full moon's up. That might have also been like, it might have come out from the belief that the full moon affects the water in your body. It might be tied to that in
Probably
terms of the
has
origins.
some sort of, what's it called? Because what is it? As things go, exactly. Why can't Earthbenders like bend your bones, right?
I feel like Toph could get there if she tried, and like dedicated her life to trying to do it. Because like once she figured out
I
metal,
mean,
like, her
'cause she
figuring
still
out-
needed contact for metal.
yeah, her figuring out metal bending was the sign that there was still more to bending that was unexplored.
Actually, firebenders can bend the heat in the body, in their own at the very least. See, I don't like bloodbending because it's too real for what Avatar's bending is. Like, eventually you get to spirit bending, right? Which is kind of its own thing, where it's conflict of philosophy, basically.
Yeah,
And that's kind of what bloodbending is. except it's basically a cheat towards spirit bending.
Oh,
I feel like just going off of this, if you can control the moisture in someone's body, to some degree, I think like the waterbender should have been able to make mummies out of people at the highest levels. You know, like pulling the moisture out of their body. That makes sense to me,
Hmm.
and that doesn't feel like as
Well,
intrusive
that-
as bloodbending.
The airbenders could have taken the air out of people's lungs.
People did like there was someone that did that in Korra, I think.
Korra. Yeah.
Yes, someone did that.
But it was so funny because, like, oh yeah, he read all the airbending texts. He can do all these sick moves, and then he fights like an actual airbender, and then he just runs away the entire fight because he's getting his ass kicked. I thought that was hilarious. Aang would have wiped the floor with everyone in Korra, except the villain of season 2 at the very end.
Which one was season 2's villain?
The Dark
Rava.
Avatar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
That's the only time where he wouldn't have wiped the floor.
Like a worthy opponent right there.
Hmm.
And then fire had the benders had the lightning, which when it comes to subcategories that Avatar showed.
That makes
That's
sense to me because like fire is like fundamentally you're making the atoms in the air vibrate, and like electricity is just the movement of electrons. So that makes sense to me because there was already a fundamental movement of atomic particles.
You know, I agree. There's no way that the bloodbender is like circulating the blood and moving it. It's just it's too real and too fake at the same time because bloodbending already, if bloodbending worked the way that it supposedly works, you just kill them. You kill them the moment you start bloodbending them. Congratulations, you've stopped the flow of their blood for like half a second. They have a heart attack. They're already dead. Everything you're doing is pointless.
Yeah, you know,
Is
actually,
there
speaking of that,
Bloodbender around, or are you excited to see me?
one of the cool things in Gantz one time was like when a guy developed psychic powers and telekinesis, he just did the simple thing of like pressing a vein in the brain and killing someone. It's like, yeah, I guess so.
Okay. What bird represents lightning? I think nothing
Thunderbird.
represents better than a peregrine falcon. I mean, if we're talking real birds,
Oh, yeah,
which is why I
fair
said
enough.
bird of paradise instead of a phoenix.
Yeah. Okay, gotcha.
Like, if we're talking like fictional birds as well, all right, and look, we have the phoenix, we have the thunderbird. There's probably some earth bird somewhere. All right, I'm looking it up.
It's probably gonna be
Oh,
one of the burrowing birds.
Yeah, or something like a
Terry, there was a character in Gantz, a really old series at this point.
Hmm.
So speaking of fictional birds, there's a few birds among the Pokemon cards I posted pictures of a few days ago in the Pokemon channel.
Oh yeah, Tripl-L's Smash or Pass Pokemon Edition. Or did you already do that? I forget.
Oh, I think we talked about it one time, and I think
That's not what I was going to at all.
Are you sure?
no, I know. I'm
That was a
well
net-
aware you weren't going there.
That was a very natural segue.
Yeah,
No,
it was. Thanks, Power.
I was trying to. When I posted those pictures of those cards, I also with it asked the question if somebody could guess what the most expensive cards among them were, and that the hint was that it was a three-way tie. Animamus was the only one who made a guess.
Oh,
All right, I'm gonna guess
Thanks,
right now.
Animamus.
All right, I'm going. Let's go to
Animamus is so nice.
Poketo Monsters channel. All right.
Yeah, you can see the five.
All right. Okay, so the only cards I can see properly are Hippopotas. I can't see properly on the second image. Can't see on the third image. Lunatone. And in the final image, it is definitely Skarmory. All right, there's my answer.
All the
Hippopotas,
cards perfectly
Lunatone, and Skarmory.
No, but I could see all the cards perfectly fine. I don't know what you're. Are you not zooming in or anything?
No, not at all. That's too much effort for me, honestly. But anyway, how close was I?
Completely wrong.
wow.
All right. How many dollars off was I?
the three you mentioned were all just considered in the bulk categories. So like
All
a
right, so
bulk
that's like
common.
5 cents in New
So
Zealand.
yeah, how the place I got them from prices them like a bulk common is 10 cents. A
10 cents? Holy shit, dude! Oh, I gotta move to America, man. 10 cents for a common? I have so many.
they sell them at 10 cents. They're not going to give you 10 cents for a bulk common.
Well,
Yeah,
that's too
yeah, but
bad.
what's gonna happen is I put them in the bulk bin and then I just steal from their cash register. Whenever I see one of my cars leave.
You, you, yeah, I'm just going to
You're a normie
uncommon
now, very fair.
20. The uncommons 25 cents and
Black Fog is
rares
asking,
50.
was it Evital?
No, not Yavatal, but at the same time, it's a three-way tie.
Oh, is that how you pronounce it in Texas?
Pretty sure they pronounce it as Yavatal in the. Did they pronounce it differently?
Well, I've never watched the anime wherever this Yabito is.
Generation. Yeah, I didn't really watch Generation 6, but I think I heard a clip of it in some sort of Pokemon video, which they were talking about. Maybe I could be
Okay.
wrong.
No, like honestly,
Actually, no.
like I don't know. It could be anything when you go into different languages.
Yeah, but Texas is not a different language.
No, but they have a strong accent.
Very true.
Like their dialect's different.
Anyway,
It's just a general Southern accent, not just Texas. Texas is just the one that people seem to notice as a Southern state. They're like, "Oh, you mean like Texas? Yeehaw and all that down there."
That
see,
reminds me of
I've
TGC.
often heard that accent associated more with like further east. I don't know the names of any of those states, but I've heard it associated more with them than with Texas.
Okay, like I'm guessing Alabama or Kentucky or
Kentucky, that's the one.
Tennessee.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Kentucky. That's the place I've heard it associated most with. Like I know
yeah,
Texas is the biggest, and they have like the most casual version of it.
yeah. And when it comes down to Southern states and accents, most people think of Texas and Kentucky. Mm, Other notable ones in that conversation would be Alabama and Tennessee. But
I was just gonna say, because like Random said something that reminded me of you, Skel. He was asking if I've seen Pokemon fusions. You fuse Klinklang and Grautifor and you get 2B. So Skelly's the one that's been playing Pokemon fusions, Random, so he knows more about it than I do.
Yes, I have. I'm having so much fun with Pokemon Ultimate Infinite Fusion. That's the name. Let's see. So my
Oh,
main
night, Terry.
Pokemon is what's the small form Haxorus? Because it hasn't evolved at all. Uh,
the Texas, I had not heard too many Texans with Mexican accents, unless if they
Texicans.
were
Texicans. Wait, what did you
Yeah.
say, Skelly? You were asking about Haxorus?
Yeah, what's the smallest form Haxorus? I forget.
Axu. Axu.
Axu. Yeah.
evolves in the Fracture, and Fracture evolves in Haxorus.
Yeah, but I meant the smallest. Anyway, so Axew and not Snorunt, Swinub. Axew and Swinub. That's my main Pokemon. It's kicking butt. I'm not gonna lie. It deals a lot of damage.
Yeah, I know a lot of people. I haven't played the game myself. I've seen some people looking, just talking about different fusions, and seems Klinklang has a lot of cool ones.
Yeah, it does. I like how a bunch the Porygon Z ones that actually have special sprites is basically all like glitches, or it's got that cyberpunk look to it. You know, the neon lights.
I nearly forgot. Trip, you didn't make a guess
For
when
what?
it came to those Pokemon cards.
Nah, I was gonna go with the Evel. Oh god, you know the one, the bird, the evil bird.
Well, you already know that's not one of the three.
Yeah, but that was one of my guesses.
Come up with three more.
All right, what's the Pokemon that represents each type the best?
Ooh, that's a fun question. Um,
I think among them, like the evolutions for what types they represent, do pretty good jobs. Like Eevee is as a normal type, it's supposed to be able to its evolutions. It's adapting to different environments. Normal. Otherwise, Ditto is a good example too. For
nah,
normal.
Ditto is like
Ditto is the worst example
Ditto is
of a
too
normal
tied.
type.
Yeah, Ditto is too tied to the Mewtwo mythos. No, no, no.
I think it's Smeargle for normal type. Like it has the thing with Ditto, but it's got the whole no, it is Smeargle. 100% in my mind, it's Smeargle for normal type. Because Smeargle is 100% the idea of normal. They have a weak body, a weak type. Actually, wait, what am I saying? It's Kangaskhan. Kangaskhan's a normal type. Kangaskhan's a normal type. It's got the strong body. It's got the strong moves. But it's Kangaskhan. It's pretty normal.
I was gonna say like the best one for normal type, the poster boy of the normal types. Maybe it's Dunsparce. Just underwhelming.
Okay, so I have one for ice.
All right. What you got?
Bergmite.
Okay. I got Glalie. Glalie is the ice type to me. Oh, X-Cloud. I like X-Cloud.
Okay, the sound, like there is sound in normal, and like, I guess Dunsparce doesn't really, exemplify or represent the sound part of things.
All right. So,
What's the Snorlax? But
yeah. There's also Milk Tank apparently.
Oh,
Cryogonal.
That's a good one. That's a snowflake. Yeah.
Yeah. What about you,
yeah.
Trip? What's your ice type? Are you also gonna go with Cryogonal?
I don't know. Let me just check. I want to see all the ice types. This is a good question.
Go with Girl Jinx.
No, Jinx isn't. Like,
No,
Jinx is more psychic.
Jinx is also psychic. Yeah.
I know. I was making a joke.
I kind of want to say
Vanillite,
but like that's too much ice cream.
You know what? I honestly no. I feel it. I think Vanillite's good. But as I mentioned, for me, it's Glalie, 100%.
When I look at Glalie, Glalie is such a cool design, but like, I see Demon more than I see Ice.
Okay.
Yeah, just remember that the person who made the Vanillite line designed Shadowlugia.
Yeah, so?
I just find it funny. Like,
Shadowlugia is cool.
Yeah, it's a big contrast. Like the vanilla line is supposed to be adorable, sort of design wise.
Yeah, I think that's a sign of him being a good artist because he doesn't have like one methodology, right? I think that's good.
Yeah, it's just it's fascinating to me. Kind of.
Oh, Regice is pretty good, but I feel like Regice is too much about the time.
Yeah.
It's too much about the Ice Age to be ice in totality.
It feels like Arnold should be there talking about it.
We'll kill the dinosaurs. The Ice Age.
Oh, Miguel's Prower, you started the trivia train. Miguel's saying that the guy that made the second movie, we all know about this guy because he was like drunk all the time and on painkillers all the time or on some pills all the time. Anyway, Miguel's saying the dude made it, literally dosed himself to make Lugia. I also think it's nice that James Turner was with Genius Sorority or Sonority, whatever they were called when he made Shadowlugia.
Yeah, and when it comes down to, not only did he make the second movie in Lugia, but he was for a while the head writer of the Pokemon anime.
Yeah, although like with his plans for where the Pokemon anime was going, like I'm okay that I would have been interested to see the end of his vision because like movie 3 was kind of like oof, it was going hardcore.
Wait, what was it?
His vision?
Yeah.
I think his vision was going more towards I think it was something going more towards Pokemon being a dream. And like there was going to be an elderly Ash at the end of everything.
Throw this man off a cliff right now.
Yeah, like I think he was going the angle, you know, like what the Digimon movies did, that they were like starting to say that Digimon were like things that kids could see and all that kind of stuff, and as you went into adulthood, you kind of like left behind your Digimon. At some point, the Digimon movies tried to say that, um, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Or
yeah.
that's the
The
kind of
Tribe
angle this
movies.
guy was going for as well, if I recall correctly. It's been a while since I read the articles about him.
And except ignore the parts where the adults actually interact with the Pokemon and
Oh yeah, yeah, but like that was the overall meta message of Pokemon. Like it was gonna be relatively what's the word? Vague as to the nature of Pokemon by the end of the series if the guy had his way. And like we've seen like that kind of thinking in other parts of Japanese media. Like I remember Medaka Box, one of the Shonen Jump series, ended with the powers that people had in high school being like something that were just things that kids did, and they kind of disappeared when you went into adulthood. Honestly, I'm not really a fan of the fantastical elements or something you can only experience as a child. I'm not a fan of that.
Mhm.
yeah.
Like in the context of Japan too, where like everyone has to get in line. Like I'm not a fan of it.
Beta, right? A blue gear resembled a boat. That's what the fins on the back is supposed to be from.
Okay,
Just be
so
funny.
I think at this point I should may as well just tell you guys what the answer was, which ones were the most expensive.
Sure, Prower.
In the very first picture, the top three cards there, the Weezing, Leafeon, and Glaceon.
I
Oh,
understand Glaceon, but I don't get the others.
the more all fiction still the most broken anime better.
And
Oh, gotcha, Black
each of
Fox.
them were $199 each.
199. That's crazy.
So, yeah, just $2. The
Oh,
rest of them were all bulk, either bulk commons, uncommons, or rares.
oh, bless Anime Miss.
Okay.
Anime Miss saying, I remember the guy said he envisioned the end of Pokemon being Ash in old age, reminiscing about his journey. Yeah, man, that's
That's a lot
depressing.
better than it being a dream. Personally, like if it's like Pokemon are real, everyone's like got Pokemon, but like in his old age, reminiscing the journey, I don't think that's so bad.
No, 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 because I like what I'm talking about is that in that reminiscence, it was gonna be vague as to whether or not they actually ever existed.
Oh, all right, that's cringe then.
I think,
So
if I
we don't.
recall correctly.
Yeah, no elderly Pikachu to be like, yeah, I remember that.
No, nah, Pikachu dead, bro.
There's like an urn next to him, and it's just got like you can see the first letter. You don't see anything else.
Oh, actually, guys, what do you think about the new Pokemon series? Do you think it's gonna last a long time? Because I actually think it's only gonna last until the next generation.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
believe probably gonna do just one generation and then move
I don't think
on.
it's gonna last very long because for some reason people still want Ash around. I can't
Yeah,
understand it.
Wait,
I
do they
feel
really?
Ash.
I'm seeing a lot of we want Ash.
Yeah, people. When it comes down to it, I've seen plenty of support for new characters, but at the same time, there's people just be like, I don't know if I could watch without Ash because they became so used to Ash being there, they can't.
Well, if this is
Uh,
just the old fan base, it's fine. Because like,
yeah,
well, I guess Japan isn't producing enough new fan base, given their declining population and all that kind of stuff. But like, actually, you know
it's
what?
just
I was gonna say it wouldn't matter because they'd get new fans, but I actually don't know the rate of new fans.
I mean, they just don't know. They're just people that don't like change and whatnot. For the
I
most.
personally do hope that like we just get. I hope it's like a few seasons. I'll probably start watching it, eventually. Yeah,
Ye-
you know what? I'm lying to myself. I'm not going to start watching.
Yeah, I don't think Ash. He could potentially have a cameo appearance in something or a small short appearance, but I don't think he would become the main character ever again. Like he's told it, his story's been told.
Oh,
Okay, all right, all right.
Anime Miss was
Fire.
clarifying something. The Digimon thing last evolution, Kizuna was a tamer, gets closer to the life goal. They lose infinite potential that they originally had as a kid, so they lose their Digimon. I still think that's like
I
incredibly depressing because
I
I feel.
can't believe they have made a worse ending than Adventure 2.
Nah. The O2 epilogue is canon. Like I have an issue with
I
that.
know it's canon, but
I have an issue with that theme though. Like I feel like when you're an adult, you have more potential because now you have purchasing power. If everything went well for you, I just think.
But you also have the pressure.
Hmm? Sorry, what did you say, Prower?
I said you also got depression, and I laughed.
oh,
Oh,
that's kind of sad.
sorry, bud.
I hope you get the help you need, bro.
Yeah,
Like
man, Prower.
legitimately,
Like
this isn't a
Jesus,
joke.
God, man.
Um,
Are you okay, Prower?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Okay.
see, you can't do a Joker laugh and then say you're fine, and then with a little giggle. That doesn't sound fine at all.
Yeah, man, Prower. Japan loves making coming of age stories. Yeah. I mean, like
Hmm.
like a lot of people like coming of age stories, right? I guess there's an appeal to it, learning to be who you're gonna be and all that kind of stuff, all that jazz.
So anyway, all right. What is the Pokemon that represents
Water.
uh, water? All right. What represents water to you guys?
Well, did you know that Vaporeon, out of all the evolutions,
Oh boy.
Are you gonna finish that, or do I have to do it for you?
no, nobody's gonna finish that. I just
Why did you
wanted to
bring
make
it
that
up?
joke.
Why did you bring? Like
Yeah,
you do this to
honestly, I wasn't
yourself.
going to.
Like,
I wasn't going to.
like
Isn't that
come on,
hilarious?
man.
But okay, so actual water representatives, Wailord could be a good representation because it's so big. The ocean, it's big, it's deep, it's wide, it consumes.
All right, man. Yeah,
Okay.
that's really something.
Yeah. All right.
Um, I just felt like Poliwag. I don't know, something about Poliwag.
It's a really good freshwater Pokemon for sure. Took me a very long time to like see the tadpoleness in it though.
Okay.
Yeah, it took me a while to realize that the pink dot, what I thought was a nose, was actually the mouth.
Yeah. You know what? For Wilmer, it took me a while to realize the two little air holes weren't its eyes. I didn't realize where the eyes were because like the Ruby sprite, I always focused on the top nostrils and not the eyes itself. Yeah, there was a lot of like Pokemon Ruby and
All
Sapphire
right, so we
Pokemon that I
got
couldn't recognize.
Kyogre.
Kyogre.
All right, so we got yeah. So there's Kyogre, there's Poliwag, and Wailord. With that very interesting monologue about the sea. Do you like hunt whales for a living, Prower? White whales in particular.
Oh, I feel like Miguel said something
That's
depressing.
fair. No.
Japan loves making coming of age stories. Even adults can relate. You know, late 20-year-olds are emotionally stuck at high school or were frustrated in their teenage phase and want to live a life they couldn't live. That sounds like a midlife crisis. Oh, wait,
That's
no.
not even midlife in your 20s.
Some
But
people
yeah,
say that midlife is happening earlier and earlier. You know, I kind of believe that.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Trip, what's your water type to
Yeah,
represent all water types?
I'm kind of looking through it here. I don't know. You know what? Maybe Corfish. Although I was kind of hoping for like a more jellyfish type thing. I was gonna say Jellicent, but it's too ghostly.
Yeah, Tentacruel would your if you pull up Tentacruel though, it's going to just be a lot of a particular kind of art.
No, you are the one bringing this up. I need to reiterate, you are bringing this up. I'm not doing anything here.
Yeah, I don't know why he keeps like playing this game.
All right.
But also, if you're looking up water types, you realize that's the most common type. That's going to take forever to go through.
No, not
Well,
really.
it's not about going through it. It's about what represents water. You don't need to look at like all of them. You basically only need to look through pure water types. Anything beyond that is just like, is there something that isn't fully water that represents water?
Like, he was talking about squid kind of things. Both Tentacool and Tentacruel are poison types as well.
Yeah, Prower. Like I don't.
Yeah, but you're the one who
Prower,
brought that
you
up.
can like try to run away from this, but you're causing a lot of like self-inflicted wounds here.
Actually, you know what? I feel like Lapras kind of.
Water dark type.
Lapras.
You know, I actually feel Lapras kind of like it's a water ice type, but it feels very
Yeah.
water. You know?
It feels very
Yeah,
Nessie.
like
It is the poster boy for being the surfing Pokemon, so
I'm just
that might bias us.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I'm trying to think of what the I know I can't recall what the pre-evolution, but Jellicent could be a good water representative too.
I want to say Mudkip. Mudkip just does a lot of things. Milotic? Oh, Milotic's a good serpent Pokemon for sure.
Do you like Mudkips?
Yeah, I like Mudkip.
See, now who's bringing up memes?
Yeah, but I'm not bringing up like pornographic memes. I'm bringing up like a 2005. Do you like Mudkips? Like, come on, dude.
Ruby and Sapphire came out outside of Japan in 2003.
Yeah, but it's a 2005 meme. I'm
Okay.
not saying the game. All right, whatever, man. All right. You know what? We're moving on. Bug type. What is the bug type?
Caterpie.
Bug type, I just immediately thought of Kricketune.
Oh,
You
Miguel
know
voted
what,
Manaphy.
Cricketune?
Gotcha, Miguel.
I don't think Manaphy's a great bug type, but you know what?
Nah,
Yeah, I'll buy it. You know what? I'm seconding this. Manaphy is like the representative of bug types for me.
But also, like,
Black Fox
the
likes
creator
Wurmple.
Pokemon. His favorite
Actually, yeah,
Pokemon.
Wurmple for me. A Scyther. I would say Scyther represents bug types to me. Scyther isn't a full bug type, but it represents bug types to me.
Yeah,
Because
no.
I won the bug catching contest with a Scyther
Oh yeah,
when I was like
I love that
6 years old.
they let you catch Scythers there, man. That was pretty great. But
And Heracross is a bug representative too.
oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, because that's the creator of Pokemon. He loved collecting bugs as a kid. His favorite Pokemon of all time is Heracross. Because that was his favorite kind of bug to get, the stag beetle.
I mean, to be fair, for like bug wrestling, you pretty much only want to use stag beetles.
Like, because you can't use arachnids. Because if you could, you'd obviously use scorpions every time.
Yeah, and you'd win all the time.
And not through wrestling. This is like having a pro wrestler. His secret move is stabbing the other guy.
Bug type is Mew. Only Gen 1 players understand. Oh, that's a good one, Miguel. That's a good one. Mew is the bug type.
Missing No is the bug type.
Oh.
All right.
Generation 1 games are the bug type.
So true. So true. All right. What type do we talk about next? Because I think everyone's like we're not in agreement, but we understand what everyone's talking about. You
Yeah,
know?
fighting
We
types.
got our bugs.
Fighting types, and
All
why
right.
is it not Hitmonlee or Hitmonchan?
Because Hitmontop is better. See, Power agrees.
Are you gonna keep it within that family though?
No,
I'd
absolutely not.
say
That's ridiculous.
Machamp. If we want to bring up fighting types, Machamp right there.
You know, it's very stereotypical, right? But it's Lucario for me.
He is an iconic fighting type.
Yeah.
But wait, is he more iconic fighting type, or is he iconic steel type?
Well, okay, all right. So my favorite Pokemon of all time is Aron. Absolutely not Lucario is fitting in the iconic steel type for me.
Okay, that's fair. Like, I feel like Aron is more steel type than Lucario is.
Again, no, I thought your favorite was Roggenrola.
It's a rock
Is it?
type. Roggenrola is a rock
Yeah.
type. It's his favorite rock type.
Yeah.
But like, Skelly
No,
has a heavy Aron bias.
Yeah, I do have a very heavy Aron bias.
Oh, Miguel came in
what?
with something interesting. Fighting type represents justice in Pokemon, so I vote Gallade. That's because Dark type's the evil type.
Well.
All right. So that obviously means Heracross is both the representative of fighting and bug, because
Heracross is justice.
he is. Yeah, exactly. Like Kamen Rider is justice, so it has to be bug related, other than Foresight.
And you could also mention the Swords of Justice, and when it comes, they're all fighting types.
One Piece related. All right. I dropped it. forever ago, so I can't really bring up anything about One Piece. I've forgotten most of what I knew anyway.
It was we were talking about the warlords.
Okay, so what's up with that? I don't know.
Well, no, Skelly, just using your like scant knowledge, which warlords do you think is the strong? Which of the warlords do you think is the strongest? Do you think it's Mihawk?
It really feels like it, you know?
It should be Mihawk because he was competing with Shanks at some point.
Yeah.
The strongest is Buggy because he has plot armor.
Nah, that's a different kind of strength. Let's exclude Buggy from this.
Yeah, it's like if you include plot armor, I mean Mihawk like just gets under Buggy, you know.
He's
But
the
if you
world's
ignore
strongest
plot armor-
swordsman, so like that should
Yeah.
be worth something.
See, if you include plot armor, Mihawk is still up there, 100%. But if you exclude plot armor, Mihawk is still up there. Buggy just has the strongest plot armor because he's Luffy's archenemy.
Even though Luffy forgot about him.
Well, Luffy forgets
Yeah.
about a lot of things.
Yeah, honestly, like it's perfect that Luffy's archenemy is someone he's completely forgotten about.
Animamus, we did a countdown list of like top 10s in different Pokemon
Oh
categories.
shit,
including...
that's right. I gotta do that. You know, I should do that.
Yeah, it's kind of funny that we originally were trying to put that out for the 25th anniversary and missed that, and then it was like, okay, let's just try to put it out before Legends Arceus. We missed that, and, what about before Generation 9? And
You know what?
missed
We
that.
don't have Generation 9 on that list, so yeah.
Oh. Let's see. Heck, Luffy forgot about
We
Buggy back.
want to add add a category for top 10 Paldean Pokemon.
Alright, Gen 9 Pocket Monsters.
Okay, well, Animamus, I guess we're talking about Gen 9 Pocket Monsters. I actually don't have that many favorites for Gen 9. I haven't played enough of it.
I don't know anything. I've forgotten Gen 9 entirely.
Wait, did you not play the game?
I have. I've just forgotten it entirely. It's-
Flamigo is amigo,
Well-
says Miguel.
At least I know who my top four are, most certainly. Just gonna have to
Alright, so
think of
Skeledirge is
one.
number 1 because it's the first one I recognized.
Yeah, I'll put
Tinkaton's number 2 because I recognize that one too. Yep, that's it. There we go. My top 10 Gen 9 Pokemon.
Fuecoco is the my number 1. Fuecoco number 1. Clodsire top 5.
Come on, let's actually do 10 people.
No, there's not enough cool ones. Toadscruel top 5. This is very hard. You know what?
The next One Piece chapter.
Donphan, Savage one top 5, and I actually like Artibax. So yeah, that's my top 5.
I'm still thinking of...
There's just not that many. You know what? King Gambit. I actually like the Bisharp got a evolution. I'm putting that one in there. In terms of for the next One Piece chapter, well, Prower thinks about stuff. I really think we should be going back to Luffy.
Okay, I think we're gonna go to Chopper. Now, why do I think that? Because that's the only memory I have right now. We're gonna go to Chopper. He is going to go into like the full beast form. You know, he's gonna be furious at something. And pick a thing, he's mad at it now.
You know what's really interesting, Skel? Chopper developed a drug that made the beast people of the One Piece universe be able to go into their beast form without a full moon out.
Oh, interesting.
Miguel said, fun fact, Clodsire's Japanese name is Do, which means Earth's king, but it can also be read as Do, which explains the derpiness. Oh, I got it. Do for Earth King.
Oh.
Okay, I've thought of my top 10 as well as honorable mention. The honorable mention being Finizen. I think it's just, I didn't really use it, but it's a cool idea of it basically being a Superman Pokemon, in which it's, especially with its signature move, just allowing it to get to its form much easier.
I don't think that Oda would like care about. Okay, no, he cares, but I don't think he's going to put too much focus on it at all.
On what?
Before cutting back to Luffy's group at all, the Revolution Army or whatever.
Oh yeah, I'd be very surprised if he like tells us what the Revolutionary Army found out. I'd be very surprised.
This is me just like remembering what I know about One Piece and how it handles like tertiary parties.
Yeah, like recently it's been doing something a little bit strange because it's been showing what everyone else is doing in the middle of an arc. Because it's like it's gearing everyone up for that last rush for the final island. Like it's pretty much a setting up who's the main players and who's going to be going in for the last sweep.
Okay, all right, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's just like a bunch of recently 2 other characters got their resources wiped out pretty much and had their stuff stolen by Shanks and Blackbeard.
Oh, all right. I was about to say probably Buggy, but
No, Buggy's probably gonna steal
I
something because like Buggy decided
no.
he like faked it all
Because
this
Buggy
to this
is one
point.
of the final bosses.
Yeah, he faked it all the way
Regardless
to
of
this
if he's
point.
the final boss or not, yeah,
I feel like
he's gonna make it to the end.
yeah, I
because
feel like
he is
you'll
the first
appreciate
villain.
this. Like he was pretty much just
Okay,
thinking
number-
like he got this far out of like sheer luck, so he figured why not go all the way.
Okay,
All right,
number
we'll let Power say his piece.
is Great Tusk.
Oh,
Number,
oh sorry, Prower, Great Tusk, you said?
yes. Number 9 is Iron Valiant. That's the Gallade and Gardevoir
Yep.
combo. Number 8.
Actually, can I just before you say number 8, speaking of number 9, you know what I don't like about the Ruby Sapphire remakes?
What?
That Wally's main Pokemon is a Glalade instead of a Gardevoir. It should have stayed a Gardevoir, you know? I don't care that it's a boy. It should have stayed a Gardevoir. I feel it represents him so much better than Glalade. Gallade?
Gohan, don't worry about the buggy stuff. Just have fun. Have fun shit posting. It's okay, Gohan. Anyway, you were saying about your list, Prower?
Okay. I just lost my train of thought there for a moment. Let's see. Trying to remember where.
You said Great Tusk.
Great
You know,
Tusk, Iron Valiant.
Iron Valiant. So yeah, number. Oh, number 8 is Toadstool. Number 7. I can't believe I just forgot its name, but it's the Grass Fire.
Oh, Skullvillain?
Yeah, Skullvillain. I used that in Scarlet primarily because of its type combination, and it did all right. It was a bit disappointing, but
I had so many fire types in Scarlet, it's not funny.
Really?
yeah, there's
Which ones did you end up with?
I had I had Skeledirge, I had Armorogue, I had Scovillain. Honestly, that's half my team anyway. All fire. Yeah, half my team was fire. So
Just very quickly with
and,
the One Piece thing, I'd be very surprised if we don't do Elbaf at all because like Usopp's dream is pretty much there, so we kind of have to do it for Usopp. Anyway, continue, Prower.
that would leave me to number 6 being Cerule Edge. Number 5, Armor Rouge. Number 4, Annihilate. Number 3, Clodsire. Number 2, Tinkaton. And number 1, the boy Palmot.
Right. One thing I really like about Annihilate is he's so angry he died,
Yeah,
but so angry he can't die.
yeah, I like that too. I think he's my favorite ghost type.
The best.
Miguel says the Game Freak has always been stingy with fire types. So the first time they make a Pokemon game where you can actually choose many fire types instead of just a couple viable choices. And other two that were awful. Okay,
yeah,
gotcha.
when it came to fire types, yeah, that's the main reason why I didn't end up choosing Skeledirge. It's because I was like, oh yeah, and Scarlet, I have 2 fire types, and Violet, I already have one.
Random says he dropped his top 10. I'm assuming he put it in stream chat or in the Pokemon channel.
Let's see, I'm looking at Pokemon channel, there's nothing there, new-wise.
Oh, Annihilate Gohan. Yeah, does anyone actually know that for sure? Annihilate, is it OP in the Pokemon meta? Because like I hear a lot of things about like
it's doing well competitive. It's not the most
it's in stream
broken thing, but it's doing okay. I see it. Yeah, random said Skeledirge, Clodsire, Annihilate, Houndstone, Garganacl, Iron Valiant, Roaring Moon, Tinkaton, Baxcalibur, and Palafin. Not sure which order it is.
What did you guys think
But
about
yeah.
like the 3 dogs? Like they had those like Houndstone and like the other 2 ones, like the bread one and what was the third one?
Dashun and
Ah, yeah.
Mastiff.
Yeah. What do you guys think about like that little group of Pokemon that Game Freak came up with?
I think it's a cool idea. Oh,
Yeah.
Irumakun, that I can speak on because I've actually been reading that. I'm really happy with it right now. You know,
Oh.
honestly, the slap, it's a lot of fun.
Skelly, I didn't know you were super into that one, Skel. I think in terms of like right now, like not Shonen Jump manga that I really enjoy reading. Ironically, Baki and Kengan Omega are the 2 that I really like. Whenever I see them pop up, it's like, oh great, this is gonna be a nice little like break for the day.
And the thing is, when it comes to those dog Pokemon, they're not types, is especially once the DLC adds more Pokemon, you could actually do a playthrough with just dog Pokemon. Like, you have those 3 new dogs, as well as Houndoom, and Lycanroc.
Snubble.
What?
And Snubble and what is it? What's that one? The fire Growlithe. Growlithe is a dog.
The original dog.
No, I'm talking about like I don't remember if Snobble and Gramble will be included in DLC or not, but
I forgot.
I believe they've data mined and pulled out and said these are the ones that are coming in. I think Growlithe and Arcanine were on there, especially because Hisuian Growlithe. They want to bring in all the Hisuian Pokemon, but I was thinking they also have confirmed that Mightyena will be included as another dog, technically a wolf.
It's a hyena.
It's a hyena, which is not a dog. It looks like a dog, but it's technically not a dog. It's a cat.
Well,
I think I just broke Prower's brain.
Well, in Pokemon, it may as well be a dog.
Yeah, in Pokemon, it may as well be a dog in Pokemon.
All right, so I agree with the guys in chat. I think that would be hilarious.
Oh, talking about Irumakun?
Yeah.
Oh, random. I did pull the half-price gems. I got nothing. Nothing worthwhile.
Oh yeah, I believe Manectric is also going to be in the DLC, so there's
Which one?
another one. Manectric.
Oh, okay.
Manectric?
That's how I pronounce it too, but I'm not going to get into this one.
Yeah. I mean, actually, that makes a lot of sense because it. I've always pronounced the small form as trike.
Yeah.
So why would this one be trick?
Well, does it have an E at the end? Because Trike, Electrike has the E at the end.
Oh, actually, yeah, no,
Yeah, it's
It does
Manectric as
not
an
have,
electric.
yeah.
yeah, it does not have an E, but quit jumping on how to pronounce things.
You're right. You're right. No, well, because I was thinking, wait, have I been doing it wrong? Because I've always pronounced the smaller one with the
Electric?
no trike,
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
like, oh, is the bigger one also that? And I've just been doing it wrong for some reason.
Well, no, because the Manectric is Manetric.
Yeah.
That's like
You,
No,
it's
it's
congratulations, you passed the spelling bee.
it's following the electric naming scheme. That's why it's strange to call it Manectric.
Again, are we? You said you were going to move on from it, but you're the one
Well, no,
who's
because
continuing.
like Skelly was talking about it, so we're like going for it. You
oh
okay,
my
Prower?
god, that's a lot of dogs in base Scarlet Violet.
Which ones?
Houndstone, Lycanroc, Houndoom, Mavostiff, Dashbun, Arcanine, Lucario.
Wait. Oh yeah, Arcanine is in the base game. So yeah, you could already. You don't necessarily need to get the
Kayla, you
DLC.
come out Transformers.
But same time, if you're going to do a dog playthrough, I don't necessarily think that people would go with Lucario because it's technically it's a dog. It's just walking around on two legs and
Yeah, I feel like Lucario is fine. It's like a werewolf, like Anubis type thing.
hmm.
Is Zoroark in there? Is Zoroark in Scarlet and Violet?
Zora.
It's more of a fox, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
Or,
It's still in the
yeah,
canine order.
Zoroark is.
Especially with the new version. I don't know if that's from like the past or it's from the new region, but it's very much fox.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Zoroark and Hisuian Zoroark, yeah, they're thoughts. If Hisuian Zoroark, you could somewhat make the argument that it could get influence from werewolf or just the same legend that Ninetales is based off
Yeah.
of, but minus the several tails, and replace it with the hair.
Yeah, I think you could even make it just say like, oh, the illusory aspect of it is the Ninetales.
Which, yeah, Ninetales itself has illusionary powers according to Pokedex.
Mm-hmm. Oh, oops.
You know,
Anyway,
we
guys.
would need to be more illusionary moves for Ninetales to have.
I think Ninetales is more a product of the time. Like that was back when like you only had Psychic type and not Dark type to be able to flesh it out more.
And then it got the Alolan version went a completely different direction. Which I like the Alolan version. I used it in my son playthrough, but my main issue was it was way too fragile.
As all ice
Considering
types
it's
are.
Yeah, considering it's ice fairy, yeah, it's going to be fragile.
Yeah. Okay, guys, it's midnight, so I'm gonna call it there.
Okay, well, it was great talking to y'all.
Yeah, great talking to you guys too.
Very
Yeah.
interesting having a conversation.
Yes.
Yeah, and when it comes to actual voice conversation, I look forward to speaking to you on Friday when we watch Lackadaisy, and then after that it will be
Common Rider.
for some common, I guess.
Yep. All right.
Mhm.
Cool.
Alright.
I'll
Awesome.
talk to you guys on Friday.
All right,
Alright.
cool.
So yeah, bear that in mind, chat. If you want to see Trip watch Lackadaisy and Common Rider, Discord Friday. Be
Be
there.
there or be square.
Okay,
Alright.
take my line.
Good night, guys.
Good night.
And now for the regular chat. Let me just read your last comments, and we'll be calling it in like 3-4 minutes. They realized in Gen 1 they made a lot of Pokemon that have Psychic powers, but Psychic was too OP. They have to reduce the Psychic types. That's how Golduck and Ninetales ended up being pure types. Oh, okay. I just want some brother bonding between Sabo and Luffy. Am I asking for too much? We get to see Luffy and Ace for Alabasta and Marineford. Give me more of the ASL brothers. I feel like Kayla probably towards the end when everyone's reconvening. Like I'm pretty sure in the final war, like Sabo's gonna be right there with Luffy. Good night to Animamus. Good night to Miguel. Good night to Black Fox. Good night to Random. I have post manga on this. Chris was my favorite, but not sure who reads that. I'd rather get to watch Moonlit Fantasy. Go on, I watched all of Moonlit Fantasy. Like my big issue is like Makoto in the anime, and like otherwise I'm okay with him more or less in the web novel. Good night to Kayla. Good night to Skill. Good night to Random. Yeah, tomorrow we'll be playing the horror game. Thanks for reminding me, Kayla. You're the best. Anyway, guys, yeah. Till next time, man. Stay safe. Ending the stream. Although it would be great to get to watch Iruma-kun as well. One day, Gohan, one day. I'll let you know when I start it. Ending the stream in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Till next time, everybody. Oh, yeah, I agree with that, Kayla. Actually, I'd be very okay if Usopp ends up with the Pirate King title for a little bit, too. I think that'd be hilarious. Alright. But yeah, ending the stream.